Hello and welcome to Yoga for Dad. This is day 31. We made it through one whole month of yoga, doing yoga every day for a whole month. So happy, proud of us. And we've made about $800 too for Preble Street. Very proud. Thank you very much. I wanted to give a special shout out to my family and to Chani Cochran at Elevate Cafe. She has been donating her Sunday yoga class to Yoga for Dad for the past month. So awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And we will get started. So this is Yoga for Dad. This is for my dad, in memory of my dad, to bring awareness to mental health and addiction. So we will start our vinyasa flow in a comfortable seated position. And we'll start focusing on our breath. Maybe closing your eyes. Maybe closing your eyes or a soft gaze. Rolling your shoulders back. Elongating your spine. Dipping your chin. And we'll just start to focus on our surroundings. Focus on the sounds that you hear around you. Maybe it's sounds in other rooms. Sounds outside. Maybe it's the traffic, cars passing by. And then let that go. Start to really fill up your body with breath, allowing your inhales to be long and allowing your exhales to be long. Long and decadent. As if you're filling yourself up with just joy and peace and contentment. And we'll take a big breath in, bringing our shoulders up to our ear as we breathe in. And then rounding them back, releasing them back as we breathe out. Again, shoulders up, breathing in. And breathing out, relaxing your shoulders down. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Bring your left arm, your left hand out towards your mat. And then allowing your head to roll to the front, bringing left ear to left shoulder and walking your right hand out to the side. And then rolling your neck, head down, chin to chest. And just allowing your shoulders and back just to melt down. Allowing your head to just relax. Maybe shaking your head, yes and no. And then we're going to come up to our tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes under, and then we're going to sit on our heels just for a couple seconds, maybe opening up your toes so they're really making contact with your mat. Rolling your shoulders back. Allowing yourself to feel the stretch in the bottoms of your feet. And then bring your hands to the mat, tap it out, tap out your feet, and then tuck your toes under while you come up into your first downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet out, relaxing your head between your elbows, finding stillness, pushing your hands into the mat, bringing your heels up. So you're on your toes, and then pivoting your heels to the right, and then lowering down. Pushing your left hand really into the mat. Breathing in and releasing out. Bringing your heels up to center, and then bringing them over to the left side, and then allowing them to come down. Breathing in and releasing out. Coming back to center, releasing your heels down. And just taking a couple breaths here in downward facing dog. Or maybe at this point you think about an intention that you'd like to carry through your practice today. It can be a thought, a phrase, a word. And then let's walk our hands to our feet in our first downward facing dog, releasing your neck, your head. And then you're going to bend your right knee, bringing your right hand to the mat and twisting to the left. Bringing your left hand up. And then bring both hands down to the mat. Bend your left knee and then open up towards the right. Bring your right hand up. Maybe your gaze follows. And then bringing both hands back to the mat. Forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, and then roll yourself all the way up to standing. Bring your hands overhead, bringing your palms together into heart center, taking a couple breaths here, relaxing your hands by your side into Tadasana. Feeling the strength in this pose. Maybe closing your eyes or soft gaze. Breathing in and releasing out. We're going to bring our hands overhead, breathing in. Forward fold, breathing out. Halfway lift, breathing in. Forward fold. Walk your hands into plank. Rounding your shoulders so you have a really nice steady stance here. And then up into downward facing dog. We're going to come back into plank. And then up into down dog. One more time, back into plank. And then let's lower ourselves down at the count of 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Allowing your forehead to make contact and maybe rocking from side to side. And then bringing your hands by your chest, we're going to come up into Cobra. And then come down again. And then up into Cobra. Tucking your toes and coming into Downward Facing Dog. Taking a couple breaths. Bringing your right leg up, bending your knee, and opening up your hip. As if you're peeling it open, peeling your hip open, allowing space. And then bringing knee to right elbow and then kicking that leg back. Knee to nose, rounding your back and then kicking your leg back. Knee to left elbow and then kicking your leg back. And then let's bring our foot in between our hands, lowering our back knee into a low lunge. Bring your arms overhead. And then let's bring our hands to heart center and we're going to twist, if this feels good, because we're still kind of waking up our spine. Twist to the right. And then coming back, we're going to frame our front foot, and then we're going to come back into a half split. Activating your core, and then folding over. We're going to come back into our low lunge, and then we're going to kick our leg back all the way up into a three-legged dog, and then down to the mat. Taking a couple breaths. We're going to come up on our tippy toes, and then we're going to walk ourselves up to our hands in a forward fold, maybe grabbing your pinky toes with your big toes with your peace fingers, pulling down, elbows out. And then halfway lift, forward fold, rising up to standing, arms overhead, breathing in to heart center. Again, arms overhead, breathing in, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, planting your hands and either step or hop into your plank, and then do your chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, and then downward facing dog. Bringing your left leg up, bending your knee, and opening up your hip. Bringing knee to left elbow, kicking back. Knee to nose, kicking back. Knee to right elbow, kicking back. And then swing your foot in between your hands, lowering your right knee and coming all the way up to low lunge, relaxing your shoulders. Hands come to heart center and we're going to twist to the left. Then we're going to frame the foot, coming back into half split, lengthening your spine, and then folding over. And then we're going to come back, framing the foot, and we're going to kick back into a three-legged dog. And then lower that foot down to the mat. And let's go through another flow. So this time let's come up on our tippy toes, bend the knees, look past your hands, and you can either step or hop into your forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold, and then roll up into standing, and then to heart center. Hands come by your side into Tadasana. Rolling your shoulders back, breathing in, hands come overhead, and we're going to go through a flow. Forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, step or hop into your plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and then downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out, bringing your right leg up, toes facing down, and then we're going to swing our right foot in between our hands, coming up into warrior one. So your back foot is at a 45 degree, your heel is down. And let's just come on up. And we're going to open up into warrior two. And we're going to straighten that front leg, coming into triangle. So our left hip is going to come out to the side, and then we're going to bring ourselves down. Your left arm can be up. Your gaze can follow. And then we're going to use our core to come back up into warrior two. And then we're going to bring ourselves up to the front of our mat. Toes are going to come together as we sit into chair pose. And then we're going to forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold. We're going to go through a flow into your plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and then into your downward facing dog. Bringing your left leg up, toes facing down, as high as it can go, and then swing it through your hands, coming up into warrior one. Breathing in, relaxing out, into warrior two. Straightening that front leg, shooting your right hip out, reaching as far as you can go to the front, and then releasing your left hand down to the mat. Your gaze can follow your right arm up to the ceiling, up to the sky. And then use your core to come on up into warrior two. And then your feet meet at the front of the mat as you come into your chair. And then we'll go through our last flow. So standing up, let's do a little baby back bend here. Then coming into a forward fold, halfway lift, fold, plank, chaturanga, up dog, or cobra, and then downward facing dog, pushing your hands into the mat, and then releasing your knees down to the mat. Let's bring that right leg, shoot it out towards the back of your mat, flex your foot, maybe bring it just a little bit higher. And then bring your left arm out to the front, really feeling your core activated. And then knee to elbow. And then shoot it out. Again, knee to elbow. And then straighten out. And then release your hand and then your knee. And let's just give ourselves a little cat-cow here. So breathing in, dipping your belly button towards the mat, head up. And then breathing out. Again, breathing in. And then breathing out. To a neutral spine. We're going to bring that left leg up, flexing the foot. And maybe bringing it just a little bit higher. And if you're comfortable here, you can stay, or you can bring your right arm up. Feeling your strength. You can either stay here, you can bring knee to elbow, and then out, knee to elbow, and then out, and then release your hand, and then your knee. Doing another cat-cow here. Breathing in, and then breathing out. One more time, breathing in, and then breathing out. Bringing toes together, knees out. We're going to scoot down into child's pose. Releasing your forehead down to the mat. Rocking your head from right to left. And then we're going to do a twist. So bring your right arm up to the sky and then under your left, releasing your shoulder and then your head. And then today, maybe we'll do a half bind, bringing our left arm behind our back. If half bind doesn't call to you, you can always keep your left hand toward the front of your mat. And then pushing back up with your left hand, bring your right arm up to the sky, releasing down. Left arm comes up to the sky, bring it under your right, releasing your shoulder and then your head. And then we'll come into a half bind if that feels good. Coming back to your breath. Maybe come back to your intention. Pushing yourself up, bringing your left arm up to the sky, and then down. We're going to come into a seated position. Bottoms of the feet are going to come together in Baddha Konasana, straightening your back. Breathing in, releasing out. And if it feels good, walk your hands towards the front of your mat. Releasing your neck. And then walk your hands back up. We're going to do a little twist. So bring your right leg over your left. Your left arm comes up and then comes over your right knee. And you can look towards the back of your mat. Breathing in length, breathing out twist. Let's come facing forward. Both feet are facing the front of our mat. Breathing in, hands are going to come overhead. And then breathing out, we're just going to hinge at the waist. Relaxing your neck again. Maybe pushing your hips down towards the mat, even if it's just energetically. Walking yourself back up, bringing your left leg over your right. Bring your right arm up. And then looking over your left shoulder. And then facing forward. We are going to do a seated figure 4. So you're going to have your knees up, and then let's bring our right ankle to our left thigh. And maybe it feels good to bring your leg just a little bit closer so you can scoot yourself a little bit closer to your left leg, flexing your right foot. And then releasing that. Releasing your right leg down and give it a little shake. And then bring both knees up again. Maybe bring your feet out to the front just a little bit so you can get into position first. So bring your left ankle over your right thigh and then start to scoot yourself closer. You can create a little bit of movement here if you'd like, rocking your legs from left to right. Coming back to your breath. And then releasing that left leg down, give it a little shake. And then bring both knees up again. And then we're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. Releasing your legs down, bringing your hands overhead and giving yourself a full body stretch. Maybe you grab opposite elbows over your head. Then bring your right foot to the right corner of your mat, and then your left foot may cross over it. Bring your torso towards the right corner, the right side of your mat. So you're making like a happy face with your whole body. Breathing into the left side body and releasing any tension that you might be holding. Again, breathe in and out. Let's go on the other side. So bring your left foot over to the left side. Your right foot can cross over, and then bringing your body over to the left side. Breathing in and releasing out. Come back to center. Bringing our feet up to the sky, flexing. Maybe bring your hands under your sacrum, flexing and pointing in waterfall. Allowing your shoulders to just melt. And then releasing your right leg down, and then your left. And then coming into your resting pose, your corpse pose. Focusing on your breath. Allowing your feet to just fall open. Feeling all the points in your body where it's making contact with your mat. And allow yourself to just rest for a couple of minutes. Savasana. Coming back to our breath, bringing awareness into our body. When you're ready, maybe bringing your knees back to your chest and allowing them to fall over to your favorite side in a fetal position. Taking a couple breaths here. And when you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position with your eyes closed. Hands come to heart center, coming back to your intention. And maybe taking the merit of this practice, this beautiful piece that we've created today, and dedicate it or send it out to someone or a group of people that might need it. Touching our heart with our thumbs, our mouth, and our forehead, we bowed. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today for Yoga for Dad. I hope you enjoyed this little vinyasa flow. If you are enjoying this journey, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to comment, I would love to hear your comments. I would love to see how this yoga journey is going for you. And if you have any suggestions or anything, I'd love to hear them. So I will see you again tomorrow. And thank you for joining.